Okay, let's dive right in. Have you ever heard of a man who gave away an absolutely massive, almost unfathomable fortune in a single morning, only to build it right back up? Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're looking at a piece of history that honestly rarely gets the spotlight it deserves. We're tracing the journey of literally one of the richest men to ever walk the earth. A guy who started with zero, gained the world, gave it away, and proved that ethical business isn't just some nice theoretical idea, it's incredibly profitable. So who donated 700 camels in one morning? I want you to really try and visualize the sheer scale of 700 camels. We're talking about a massive logistics operation here, not just a couple of animals wandering around. Think about the cargo, the immense value, the sheer manpower you'd need just to manage a caravan of that size. And what's wild about this? It isn't a fairy tale. It's fully documented history about a companion named Hazrat Abdul Rahman bin Auf. But to understand how he got to a point where he could just casually give away an entire empire before lunch, well, we have to go back to the beginning. You see, Hazrat Abdul Rahman bin Auf was originally a highly successful merchant back in Mecca. But when he embraced Islam, he had to leave absolutely everything behind. His home, his wealth, his established business, gone. When he arrived in Medina as a refugee, his hands were entirely empty. Naturally, a local Ansari companion offered him an incredible lifeline, saying, "Take half my wealth." But, and here's the kicker, Hazrat Abdul Rahman just smiled and asked one simple question: where's the market? He chose complete independence over a handout. He started from absolute zero. On day one, he's right there in the market selling everyday stuff, butter and cheese. He didn't wait around for some grand investment or a venture capital injection. He just got to work immediately. And he made a small, modest profit that very first day. It sounds super humble, right? But this right here was the bedrock of an absolute economic empire. Which brings us to section 1, 3 timeless business rules, a 1,400-year-old NBA masterclass. Look, how he went from hawking cheese to controlling an entire economy wasn't magic. It boiled down to 3 very strict business principles that he adhered to religiously. Honestly, these are strategies that modern MBA programs are still trying to teach today. Rule number 1, cash only. This meant absolutely no buying on credit, and no selling on credit either. By refusing to touch debt, he completely insulated his business from the traps of interest and cash flow nightmares. He only traded what he actually held in his hands, so he was never over-leveraged. It gave him ultimate flexibility in a really unpredictable market. Rule number 2 was zero hoarding. His philosophy here was simple but super aggressive. Sell the goods immediately. Even if the profit margin was just a single penny, he moved the inventory. He completely rejected the whole idea of artificially holding onto stock just to create scarcity and jack up prices. By focusing on massive volume and rapid turnover, his capital was constantly moving and constantly multiplying. And then we have Rule 3. This was the real engine of his success: complete honesty. He made it a hard, non-negotiable rule to never, ever hide a single defect from a buyer. We're talking radical transparency here. If a product had a flaw, he pointed it out himself before the sale was even made. This level of honesty built such unshakable trust that eventually, pretty much everyone in Medina wanted to buy exclusively from him. It was a total game changer. Let's move on to section 2, visualizing the empire, the unprecedented scale of wealth. When you apply those 3 simple, honest practices over just a few short years, the results are almost hard to wrap your head around. Let's look at what rapid turnover and absolute market trust actually look like at scale. Starting with 1,000 horses. I mean, just imagine the infrastructure you'd need to maintain a stable of that size. And these weren't just vanity pets. They were the high-speed trade and transport vehicles of that era. He also rapidly acquired 10,000 sheep. That is an immense buildup of livestock. We're talking food security, wool, and continuous trade commodities flowing through his hands nonstop. And this stat right here brilliantly illustrates the macro effect of all that commerce. It's estimated that Hazrat Abdul Rahman bin Auf single-handedly controlled 33%, a full 1/3 of the entire economy of Medina. Think about that for a second. One man's ethical business practices were so trusted, so incredibly efficient, that he captured 1/3 of a bustling city's total market share. No monopolies, just pure trust. So, what did all of that look like by the time he passed away? His final net worth is staggering: 3.1 billion Islamic dinars in gold. It's a number so big, it easily places him among the wealthiest individuals in all of human history. To really grasp the jaw-dropping scale of this wealth, let's do the math. 1 Islamic dinar weighed exactly 4.25 grams of solid gold. Multiply that out across his total net worth, and you get roughly 1,318 tons of solid gold. That's tons, not pounds. If you multiply that by today's gold rates, you'd quickly realize we're looking at wealth that absolutely rivals the modern tech titans of today.
All right, Section 3, the 700 Camel Caravan, the ultimate test of faith.
So, his relationship with all this wealth was put to the ultimate test on one specific legendary day. Picture this. A trade caravan arrives in Medina, and it is so huge that one end is deep inside the city markets, while the other end stretches way out into the desert, far beyond the city borders. It was an absolute spectacle. The entire city literally came out of their houses just to stare at it. And the crazy part? Every single bit of it belonged to him.
But right at this peak moment of ultimate commercial success, the whole atmosphere shifts. Hazrat Abdul Rahman heard a profound hadith of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The poor will enter Jannah, or heaven, 500 years before the rich. Now, for a man who literally owned a third of the economy, those words carried an immense, heavy spiritual weight.
The most crucial part of this story is how he reacted. His instant reaction wasn't to call up financial advisors or try to spin this into a calculated PR move. His reaction was tears. He was deeply, profoundly moved. And in a split-second, monumental decision, he donated the entire 700 camel caravan right then and there. The goods, the camels, the saddles, every last bit of it, given away to charity in a single morning. Unbelievable. But here is the crazy paradox of ethical wealth. Even after giving away that unimaginable fortune, his business systems were so fundamentally sound that the wealth just kept regenerating. In fact, here's an incredible historical footnote from Ibn Sa'd's text. At the time of his death, the leftover gold was so vast, they literally had to chop it into pieces with axes to distribute it. It was so much work that it actually blistered the workers' hands. When you pull all of this together into one cohesive lesson, the trajectory is just stunning. He arrived as a refugee with no connections and absolutely zero starting capital. Yet he built an economic empire relying on nothing but radical honesty, brilliant high-velocity market strategy, and an unwavering iman, or faith. This isn't just some 1,400-year-old history lesson. This is a masterclass for us today.
I want to leave you with this provocative question to chew on. Can immense wealth and pure faith truly walk hand in hand in today's world? The sources tell us that Islam doesn't glorify wealth just for the sake of wealth. But Hazrat Abdul Rahman bin Auf proved that a fortune built on absolute honesty and detached generosity is a remarkably powerful force. Definitely think about that the next time you hear someone say that business ethics and ultimate success are incompatible. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep learning.